Today we're going to make salmon patties from canned salmon. I've already drained my 3 cans of salmon, and I went through and picked out the spine part of the, here's a look of it. Here's a look at it. The spine part of the fish and some of the skin, some of the gray skin that's in there, because I just don't like it being in there. There's nothing wrong with leaving it in there. If you want to leave it in your patties, that's fine. But I tried to take it out the best I could, and I can't remove all the bones because you just can't. Some of the bones are real fine, so you can't really remove every single tiny bone. Most of the bones are safe for anybody to eat. They're already very flimsy and just already kind of turned to mush in your hand. So I'm gonna try to show you a recipe that I grew up eating, but was changed a little bit. My husband's grandmother told me a better way of making it to where I would actually like it. When I was a young girl, my mom made it at least once a week. I mean, so now I can barely even eat it because I ate it so much growing up. And the way she made it really just didn't taste that great. We were very poor growing up, so we would just eat anything that was in front of us. But as I got older and I got married and started, cooking for my own family, other people would come along beside me and try to help me figure things out, and I was able to make it to where it seemed to taste a lot better. So today we're going to do 3 cans of salmon. Our family really likes it, so I usually try to do about 3 cans worth, sometimes 4. For each 1 can of salmon, you need an egg. So I've got 3 eggs here. And we try to put in a couple of teaspoons of onion powder. If you do onion powder instead of onion, you don't really have to put salt in there because it kind of makes it salty. But you can most definitely use chopped onion. You could even mince it and put it in there. You just need a little bit of the onion flavor. So let me mix these eggs up in here, and then we'll add our last ingredient. Okay, so my grease is hot and ready. And we just do some canola in a frying pan. You probably could bake these. I've tried that before and they just fell apart. So we just fry them. One way to test your grease to see if it's hot enough is just sprinkle a little bit of whatever. We're going to be using cornmeal. So I use cornmeal flour, whatever it is I'm going to be using. I'll just sprinkle a little in there and it'll start to sizzle. So my grease is ready. So you take clean hands and a tablespoon, just about a tablespoon or a little more of the mixture, and you just make a patty. And we try not to get them too thick so they'll get done all the way through. You don't want to bite into it and it's not completely cooked all the way. You gotta be real careful with this hot grease. Okay, y'all, I made a boo-boo. A few minutes ago, when I was putting this all together for you, after the egg, there's a little bit of cornmeal that's supposed to go into it. I'll make sure that you have those measurements down below. You just need enough cornmeal. Let's see if you can see it. Enough cornmeal to kind of dry up the moisture. So that is the best to use. I wouldn't use flour as my binder helper because you're already using eggs. I wouldn't use flour in it. It just doesn't taste the same. Cornmeal is a lot better. It just got a fried fish taste. It could be any kind of cornmeal. If all you have is the white self-rising type, that's fine. If you just got the plain yellow that doesn't rise, that's fine. You just need something to help soak up some of that egg and the wetness from the fish. Okay, so here's the finished salmon patty. It's a plate full of them. You get them about this brown. They don't have to be quite this dark, but that's pretty good. We got them good and cooked all the way through. And as you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see it or not, little granules of cornmeal that's in there. My family's already been into them already. So we usually take this and we have fried potatoes with it. And maybe some macaroni and cheese or something on the side, but it's a way for your family to get some healthy fish. And it's really cheap and easy to do. This is probably going to be about anywhere from $2.50 to $2.98 a can. And then I use 3 cans. So $3 a can times 3, that's $9 just for the meat portion of our meal. Because the cornmeal, the eggs, all that I already have on hand. So by the time I'm done, I may have a $12 meal with the macaroni and cheese and the fried potatoes. So it's a good budget-minded meal, and it'll feed them. And we usually have leftovers, and they eat them the next day. So it's really good, a good meal for budget-conscious families. All right, folks, that's it. I'll see you next time.